Aloha kako! Happy Aloha Friday, everybody. Now, even though the episode will be missing the standard Crown and Cannabis, still brought to you by Crown and Cannabis. So, I would like to kind of ask a favor of some Biden supporters who have been for good God, who knows how long, just silent. You're not hearing a peep out of these guys. Now, has it gotten to the point where they just go, you know what, fuck, you guys are all right. The guy's a clown. He's a China-owned puppet. His whole family is corrupt. I mean, have they all got to that point where they're embarrassed to admit their support for him? You know, because it's just getting worse and worse. I find it funny that nothing stuck to Trump. He smoked every allegation against him. He smoked them. You know, his attackers, his haters, those who sought to destroy him, it's like they didn't put a whole lot of effort into their plans because they all just unraveled and got exposed for what they were. Just bullshit, lies, fake corruption. It just they didn't plan very well, you know? But now look at all the allegations with some pretty substantial proof. I mean, paper trails, whistleblowers, the whole 9 yards in regards to, what Biden's guilty of, you know. But what I think is, look, okay, if let's say for the last 10 years Biden has been doing this shit with China, you trying to tell me that only him and his crackhead son and some other members of his family were in on this? You seriously trying to tell me that the Clintons and the Obamas, and Pelosi, you trying to tell me none of these other shady fuckers were in on this and knew what was going on? I ain't buying that. But what I find strange is the fact that their names aren't coming up in anything. Their names are the instances in which their names are coming up, you know, specifically in regards to the China shit, they're few and far between, if any. I really can't recall having heard the names of any of those guys. I mean, with the Ukraine money laundering bullshit with Bursama, whatever the fuck the thing, or the shit with China, you're not hearing anybody else's names in it. And if they were involved or they almost got involved, let's say they almost got involved and they said, nah, we're going to opt out of this one. They're all going, holy shit, did we dodge a fucking bullet on that one, didn't we? You know? But I want to hear something from the Biden supporters. I want to hear you guys try to condone, or I need a good laugh. I want to hear you try to explain this because, the arguments are just so feeble. They're just so pathetic. It's just Biden supporters are the epitome of those who suffer from delusion, denial, and cognitive dissonance. The absolute epitome. There is not a group out there that suffers from those three afflictions, whatever you want to call them, diseases, mental illnesses. There's not a group out there that suffers from these like Biden supporters. There just isn't. And I've said it 100 times. I might come across as some Trump lover, but no, here's the real deal, okay? I never voted for president my whole life up until his first presidency because I said it's a scam. Presidents are selected, not elected. It's all bullshit. But, then I listened to him and I said, okay, man, this guy might be the exception, And you got to remember, years ago, Hillary Clinton herself said, we need somebody like Trump in politics. He can't be bought and he's honest. Okay? none of the hatred towards Tom, none of the claims that he was racist, none of that stuff was part of anything until he posed a threat to the status quo, until he opposed a threat to the swamp, until he posed a threat to those who were in that tree of corruption under which he was getting ready to shake some branches. You know? Look at all the black people that were all buddy with him. Jackson, Oprah, they were all buddy. That dumb fucking bitch, Kathy Griffin. Everybody buddied up to him until he became, involved in politics. And everybody realized, oh, fuck. Like Hillary said, man, if this son of a bitch, we're all going to swing. If he wins, we're all going to swing from nooses. But I'm just amazed at how quiet the Biden supporters are. They're just, it's as quiet as a mouse pissing on cotton, Okay, now switching. You guys see this dude? I call him a dude because he's a fucking man, okay? He's got a set of huevos. Dare somebody to keep me from going into a women's bathroom. I'll tell you what, dude, I'm not going to be in a women's bathroom, but if I was with my little girl and I seen this fucker coming, dude, if I see this dude in a women's bathroom with my daughter, again, see these steel-toed Danners? Well, you can't see them. Oh, no, these are my Thorogoods. These steel-toed Thorogoods would you identify as a man? Well, guess what? That toe identifies as a dentist. Okay? But he's talking so tough. I guarantee you within days, it might be the case already. This fucking bitch, this dude is in hiding. Okay? Or within the next week, he's just going to unlive himself because of all the hate. And dude, this dude is probably one of the most hated people in America right now. He's just straight out calling for gun violence. Get a gun, shoot somebody who's not letting you go in a bathroom. I've said it a number of times. I got nothing against trannies, dude. If that's the way you want to live your life, if you want to tuck your shit and wear a dress, by all means do it. It doesn't affect me. I don't care. Live and let fucking live. Okay? I know a couple trannies. They're cool as shit. Bobby and Jerica from Kona, bro, the coolest fucking these guys. I call them guys, but these fucking, they make me laugh daily. Every time I met them, oh, how many doing each other? And Bobby grabbed my arm and I'm all fucking, come on, Bobby. But they were classic and so cool, so mellow. Don't bother anybody. But I'm telling you what, it's fuckers like this dude on TikTok and all of the freaks. And I call them freaks because that's what they are. They're fucking mental health having freaks. They need mental health help. But they are the ones drawing the heat. It's them that is creating this hatred towards that group in general. I'll tell you what, if I was just a basic, normal, just living my life trans, dude, I'd be pissed at these fuckers. I would be pissed. I tell you what, I'd be getting all my normal trans people together and say, look, we got to put these fuckers in check because they're drawing a lot of unnecessary heat to us. We ain't dressed up like freaks trying to influence kids. We're just wearing dresses. We think we're women. Blah, 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 blah. But I'm telling you what, this shit it's a powder keg. It's a powder keg. And these freaks, they're the match. Getting really close to this fuse. And when the shit really gets bad, when these freaks just start getting popped, when they just start getting eradicated, like the fucking cancer that they are, like a feral pig that serves no purpose and all it does is cause destruction. When that shit happens, Oh, it's going to create an uproar, but whose fault do you think it is? It's theirs. I got no fucking pity. I'm not going to shed a single tear. I'm going to say, oh, well, tough shit. Good. Fucking good. There's one less fucking freak I got to worry about trying to talk to my kid or creating a fucking podcast or whatever. Is a website that kids can access. Like that one dude, I don't even know what his fucking name is. The one that says, you will respect us. My ass. I respect you. Like I said, how about I just fucking kick you in the fucking head? You know? I'm all for live and let live. Like I said, don't get me wrong. But when you fuck with kids, old people, or animals, we're gonna have a problem. And it's that offender that's gonna have the problem. I'm not gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have a fucking picnic. You know? But anyways, I hate to just, for lack of a better word, dwell on it. But man, these two things are some of the biggest threats to normalcy and just our American way of life, man. These are two. And how did it get this fucking bad? Go back a year and a half. The trannies weren't fucking telling stories to kids in libraries dressed like fucking freaks, walking around with fucking dildos stuck to their bodies and thongs in parades. You know? And yeah, that kind of shit, it does. I'm not just exaggerating. Gee, Sheldon, you're getting kind of extreme. Well, no, that's the shit that really happens. That shit. Well, the gay guys, just the gay guys who are doing their gay parades and whatever. But, these tranny freaks, this shit wasn't happening a couple years ago, you know? And I honestly believe it's orchestrated to create a sense of division. And if I'm right, and that's their plan, boy, it's working like a motherfucker, isn't it? You know? I've said before, I personally believe that there's a place for division. You know? I need to know who is serving as a spoke in that wheel that seeks to crush me. I need to know. I got to know who my fucking enemy is. Not somebody who just like doesn't agree with me or has a different point of view, man. I gotta consider, or I need to know who I consider to be an actual enemy. Somebody who poses a threat to me. You know? You like liver and I don't, you're not a threat to me. You just got fucking issues if you like liver. Grossest fucking thing ever made, I think. What was that restaurant? What was the restaurant years ago at the Y, at the very end, right next door? Man, I walked in there one time and fucking I smelled liver and onions cooking, almost puked. But anyways, the division. Division is being created by them in so many different ways. It's coming in so many different forms. It's taken so many different forms and shapes. But, it is what it is. In a nutshell, all I really care about, man, is my kids. My kids, man. That's it. All that, my kids and my friends and my freedom. I'm simple. My life is not dictated by hate or emotion. Now, yeah, I suffer from extreme intermittent explosive behavior disorder, and I have since I was a kid, and it's caused some it's caused some trouble. It almost put me away for 40 years. But my life isn't dictated by it. What's in my nose? My nose is all itchy. My life is dictated or run by simple logic, common sense, and reason. And it just is. Does it make sense? Is it logical? And is it reasonable? Some people might think, gosh, Sheldon, you're kind of extreme. You're pretty extreme in your views and your stance on things. Well, that may be. But my stances and my takes on things aren't dictated, or they're not run by hate or emotion. Not at all. In no way, shape, or form. I don't hate. Well, I hate pedos. I hate pedos. I hate harm coming to children. That's the only thing I can truly say I hate. And maybe peas. I don't really like peas by themselves. I like pea soup. I like wasabi peas. Yeah, peas and pedos. I'm sure there's a couple of things I hate, but I can't think of them right now. But anyways, you guys, what we all need to do, at least those of us who believe in Jesus Christ, is just continue to try to strengthen our walk with Him. You know, where the Bible is concerned, I'm sorry, this is an unpopular blah blah blah, thing, but I truly, truly, truly only believe in the book of Revelations. That's the only book that I think has not been twisted, tainted, edited, changed, revised to suit, whatever power was in place at the time. The book of Revelations, man, that one can't be fucked with. I'll say it again. God says, okay, you guys, I give you free will. You can do whatever you want. Do what you want. You want to fucking twist my word? Go ahead. But you ain't touching the book of Revelations. That one is a kapoo. You ain't touching that one. So, but in regards to the book of Revelations, man, if people don't see that book and all of its prophecies being fulfilled by the hour, it seems, then you're blind. I'm sorry, but you're just fucking stupid. You're just stupid. The gnarliest prophecy. Two of the gnarliest ones I will reference is the drying up of the Euphrates River and the cashless society. Because my mom told me in 1975, that's when she was educating me on the book of Revelations. She pointed out the cashless society. And kind of like, look, when this one hits the fan, when this shit hits the fan, shit is getting real. Shit is getting close. And that's just one of them, The drying up of the Euphrates River, that's the kind of sketchy one. That's the scary one. Because that's pretty fucking specific. It talks about wars and rumors of war and changes in the weather. All those, some people could say, yeah, well, shit, wars of, forever, since time began. And the weather's always been changing. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'll give you that. But the drying up of the Euphrates, that was pretty fucking specific. Well, maybe they weren't talking about that Euphrates. It might have been. There's only one. Einstein. So that's what we all need to do, man, because, given the fact that I believe in the Revelations, the book of Revelations, and given the fact that I believe everything that's going on right now has to happen. It was written to happen. It's going to happen. You can't change it. So you just got to try to make it through these times. Because shit ain't even really, it's not even that bad. I mean, right now, the Christians, the Christianity, they're trying to just completely phase that out and make it outlaw or whatever in Israel. And it talks about, look, man, the Christians are going to be hunted, persecuted. And, it kind of sounds as if that's starting to happen. But, you can't let all this fear and all this shit rule your life. You have to acknowledge it, prepare yourself for the effects of it. But you can't let it rule your life, especially if you believe in God, which I do, and Holly does. She's starting to learn all her prayers, and it just makes me really proud. It makes me really, really proud. Fills my heart. Oh, here's this lady right here. She wants me to soft wash her roof. Yep, it's going to cost me about $3,000. It was less until I saw the Mercedes you're driving. Anyways, you guys, enjoy your weekend. All hui ho. And just remember, call somebody that you haven't talked to in a while just to tell them you love them. Just tell them, bro, just call them and tell you I love you. Aloha vau, ya oi. Okay, guys, ahui ho, aloha. My munchkin's about ready to come out. I got to take her to the dollar store and buy some more supplies for Holly's Garden and Craft Center. Okay then, aloha.